Hi there, welcome to the weekly Tron Wyckoff session. So, we're looking at the weekly chart of Tron, and over the past 2-3 weeks, we have just seen a rebound from the sign of weakness, and so far it has been stopped under the purple line, the automatic reaction. Hi, Joseph, thank you. Yeah, I hope so. Thanks very much. And so, before getting into further detail, um, disclaimer as always, these sessions are not financial advice, they're for education research purpose only. However, your discussions are very welcome, so feel free to leave comments. And back to the Tron. So far, we've seen over the past few weeks that this resistance line defined by the automatic reaction is still in effect, and the volume is kind of getting like lower than 2 weeks back in mid-March. And if we look at the monthly, this after a month of green in March, we're now starting with a red, but it's still early. We're only 5 days into this month, so it's too early to make any comments about it. As we see over here, it can go sideways still, depending on how strong this yellow line at around 22 cents can defend. If it doesn't, like what it did earlier in mid-March, this level was the support level, also proven by this SOW. It bounced back from here. That's the 20 cents price level, but it's probably not a too strong level compared to this one over here, the bottom of the PSY. So usually it's a range, so don't fixate on just one price, like 15 cents say over here, because all these like 5 zeros, these numbers are kind of interesting to our human brains, right? People always like to set stop loss or like take profit at say 20 cents, 25 cents, or 30 cents. So try to break away from those kind of framing in our brains, and follow the price actions. So if we look at the daily chart, and over here, it's getting narrower and narrower. However, it's still, let me enlarge this. You can see it's still following the downward playground zone. So a few sessions back, I think multiple sessions I talked about this. The price can trade within a horizontal playground zone. However, given a trend has already developed, so in my sessions, you will notice I'm combining 3 concepts: the Wyckoff, the playground zone. The playground zone, it's how I named it. However, it's a concept developed by a German investor, if I'm not mistaken, also quite a long time ago. I mean, that person lived quite a long time ago, probably around Wyckoff's period. I'll have to go back and check. However, what that person said is like, given these trading ranges, it can be horizontal, it can be upward, it can be downward. So that's why I'm putting it or combining this into my analysis as well, and obviously the candlesticks analysis, right? So this flag pattern in terms of candlesticks pattern is a downward flag. Obviously it can break above. However, still for like 80 to 7 days now, almost 3 months now, it's still within this box. It got rejected every time for the past 5-6 days, including today, whenever it touches the top of this blue box. And it seems to me, including these price actions in mid-March, is following this trend instead of trading in the pink box anymore, unless when it gets closer to the tip of this wedge, it shoots up, and then bounce within this range. That I would say the catalyst would be improved macroeconomic environment, geopolitical environment, as well as crypto industry. So one of these three things at least has to happen before that bounce can realize. That's my view for the time being. However, all those three are pretty pessimistic for now. So I'm not sure when we'll see that glimpse of light coming out. In terms of volume, it's not too big of a difference. So it's somewhere around this level, around 10-11 million. Not as bad as in mid-March, but still not too encouraging as well. So it's always a mix of reds and greens instead of, at least it's not one way like 4 consecutive reds, right? So we'll see whether this time the red support line, the pink support line, actually around 22 cents will stand. So that's for Tron. I'll move on to Cardano next.